Oh, it's been said a bard's life can often be a hard life, or hill and dale to rove and always move from town to town. And some folk have inquired if ever we grow tired of ranging all around the world and never settling down.
But one should be a little wary of remaining stationary, 'cause comfortable is lovely, but it's not the way we grow. When life starts to unravel, pick up your pack and travel. You'll find a strange serenity in places you don't know. Wriggle-dee-dum-dee-doo-rat-terry-o-dee. There's so much to see beyond the open door. It's outward bound we go. Who knows what we'll find that we've never found before. Adventures waiting further down the road. It's waiting for you further down the road. You've got no map for showing which direction you are going.
But why start on a journey if you know where it will end?
And once you recognize,
to anticipate surprise, you'll relish every twist and turn that lies around the bend. Wriggle-dee-dum-dee-doo-rat-terry-o-dee-da-dee-da-dee. There's so much to see beyond the open door. It's outward bound we go. Who knows what we'll find that we've never found before. Adventures waiting further down the road. It's waiting for you further down the road.
The world has got its demons. There are many reasons why you'd find it harder to be brave than be afraid.
But every life could use some danger. Every friend was once a stranger. Ships are safe in harbor, but that's not why ships are made.
Wriggle-dee-dum-dee-doo-rat-terry-o-dee-da-dee. A fwit-dee-dee-dee-dee. There's so much to see beyond the open door. It's outward bound we go. Who knows what we'll find that we've never found before. Adventures waiting further down the road. It's waiting for you further down the road. Adventures waiting further down the road.
Let's go!
Oh, hello. We've started with everyone up. Well, all right. Hello, everyone. I'm going to go ahead and quickly, I don't know how to take you off the stream. Can you put just me there, Bree? Thank you. Chat. If you can use your Twitch points to muck about. Get rid of Adam.
Can't, because then the microphone goes away.
Oh, so it should be plugged into my computer. We're learning all this stuff. All right, we'll just lean out of frame then. Cool, thank you.
Keep leaning. I can see your shoulder. Perfect. Good.
Lex is so much meaner than I am. So for 1,000 points, you can add an inspiration to one of the PCs of your choice, indicate which you want when you donate the points, and the mighty Bree will indicate the presence of the inspiration on the. Can we pretend that Baz has an inspiration so we can see what that looks like?
I think he kind of earned it.
So you say give him a free one?
I think so.
All
That was
right.
some excellent bending.
So Bree, can you give a free? So it's one inspiration per bending. That I don't like that as a
And straightening back up. Thank you.
yeah, okay, we're older than 30. That's the real trick. Okay, and the other thing that I'm going to have for this session anyway is we're going to do chaos. So for 2,500 points, you can assign chaos to me, and then I am obligated to use that chaos to cause trouble for the players. So when that happens, you will see chaos next to my name, kind of like inspiration. I've not done any bending, so I haven't earned a freebie. But when someone buys one, Bree will indicate it for you. And when I use that, I am going to, you will see this. And that means badness is happening. All right.
Is chaos always bad?
Yeah.
Chaos is
for
always
us,
bad.
fun for him.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's good for the story.
It makes things very entertaining.
So let's go ahead and bring on everyone. So we've got. All right. Oh, we're both doing. I was doing it. Bree, I didn't ask. Sorry. So you see our regular players that you recognize from last week and our setup week, but you probably don't recognize from this group anyway. The powerhouse of talent, the charming, otherworldly goddess of improv, Jessica RJ, who is sitting actually within almost like, look at that. He's just off screen, but we're all in a room, which I'm still super excited about. It's really great to be around other human beings again. And just Jessica, like with Barrett last week, there'll be there are three key performers that are going to alternate the fourth slot in the crew. So next week it's going to be the lovely and talented Andreas Fabus, and then we're going to go back to Barrett.
He's so cute.
It's those buns.
Ooh.
It's the I know, right? You
Last
can,
time
you
it
can
was
crack
Cat,
nuts
and
with
now we
those
got
things.
Buttons
Yeah.
on board.
Yes.
We're building
What
perfect
body parts
pirate.
do you bring?
Oh,
Oh, wait, don't ask the cook that.
cheeks, cheeks.
All right. So because we are putting our other episodes up with summaries on YouTube, if you wanted to know what happened last week, you could go ahead and read or watch that. But I am going to give you this. Over a century ago, the remote sphere of Vangelis was sealed by a race known as the Failings to protect their worlds from a race of star fiends. With the seals in place, Spelljammer ships could only pass through the sphere using small intermittent portals. This kept invaders out for generations. More than a century later, the worlds of Vangelis were conquered by a vicious warlord known as the Pentarch, who was born within the sphere and proved more of a threat than the star fiends had ever been. When he turned his ambitions to other spheres, those same seals kept him from mobilizing his fleet. Only Exelfair, last scion of the Failings, stands between the Pentarch and the rest of the universe. The Failing Prince has fallen in with the ragtag crew of the Temerity. Gods help us all. So we are going to begin with the last episode ended with, it was basically very Star Wars. You're in the port and you're getting on the ship. So we're starting with you actually getting on, and then you're going to be leaving. So our Facebook site has all of this material up and a lot of the stats for the PCs and NPCs, but this is what the Temerity looks like. It is a winged ship. It also has sails. So it has wings that come out on the sides and then sails above. And on the back is what's called a spell-jamming helm, where a caster has to sit and kind of will the thing to move. This particular ship is unusual in that the helmsman is not the one who pilots the ship. There's actually a steering wheel that controls the rudder and some of the other functions of the ship. So the two people work together. The upshot is it requires more crew, but it's actually more agile than a lot of the spelljamming ships. Because if you think about it as like a person in a chair kind of willing it forward, I imagine they're kind of like slow turning, whereas this is, you literally have someone that can lean into the steering, which is one of the reasons that the Temerity used to be a feared buccaneer vessel.
What do you mean used to be?
We're feared in a whole
Weren't you
way.
the one that didn't want it to be feared?
Fair.
I like to think we're a bit more respected than ours.
Yeah, we're a respected ship.
So this group is boarding the ship. So you're on the ship right now. And you see that this is Corky. Corky, you are a halfling.
Yeah.
And describe, other than halfling in an apron, like what do you look like? What's your vibe look like?
Oh, well, I'm about 2'11" tall. Sometimes I round up to 3 feet, just because. And I've always been told that flowers make a lady, so I have these flowers wherever I go. And I generally have kind of pink cheeks. I don't know if you. Oh, that's the wrong side. Kind of pink cheeks. I pinch them to make them pink. And I love to cook with my little ladle here. I make all sorts of things. If you're nice, it's peanut butter cookies. If you're not nice, it's kale salad. There you go.
So, ironically, I'll have to add this to the map. Because of the way the ship is designed, I just noticed this. I don't think the ramp comes down from the deck because of the way where the wings sit. I think it comes in the lower deck to the right of the hold of holding, because that way it's under that wing and nothing's interfering with it. So you come on there and you take the stairs up.
I see. Yeah.
The hold of holding, by the way, if anyone is listening that doesn't know this, is literally a 10 by 10 hold that is like a bag of holding. On the inside, it's 100 by 100.
Nice.
So there's plenty of room. It's also about 100 by 100 by 100. It's a huge cube of storage.
Nice flush.
So you see the three crewmen that you're expecting come back in, and we'll very quickly go around again. We kind of are getting to know these characters, but let's give a quick, partially for Jessica's, start over here with Baz.
I am your hardy captain, Bastian Basil Chadwick III. Ever since I inherited this ship from good old Uncle Floggy, we have been making a new name for ourselves, one based on respect, not terror and fear. And everyone we've hired since then has definitely come with that bent, including our new cook over here.
And what kind of weapons do you carry?
I strapped both hips. We've got 2 cutlasses, and of course, tucked in my sash, which is currently sitting back behind me to easy grabbing, is a nice flintlock pistol.
Ooh. And next up, the gangplank.
Is Jaco? Excellent. All right. Hi, it's me. It's Jaco, your friendly neighborhood space elf. Apparently.
Space elf.
Space elf. I am an artificer. I particularly like to make things that go boom and shoot and general weaponry, and I like to cause a bit of mayhem and chaos. And I'm just out here enjoying a buccaneer's life, really.
And you also have a flintlock, right?
Sort of. I have a
you have
crossbow.
A better, yeah.
I have a crossbow, and mounted beneath the crossbow is a wand, and underneath that wand, in a little sort of hammock, is my flintlock. So it's a stacked weapon. Good things come out of it. Rarely. It's always bad things, but one bad thing is...
In my mind, it's like a 9-year-old took duct tape and connected all the Nerf weapons.
Yep.
And just, except it works much better.
Yes.
And next up, it's not actually you. Next up would be this little fella here. This is Exelfear. Exelfear is the size of a traditional 12-inch G.I. Joe. He's a little dude. He's quite dapper. The costume isn't quite right. It's just what Hero Forge had. I described him as looking like an aristocrat from Flash Gordon. So he's
Well.
so he's got. I mean, it was close, but he's got gold mylar. That he's a lot. He's got a diadem crown on, and behind are two people walking up. One looking like they're drunk and hanging off the other a little bit. So it is this person who is walking strangely and moving slowly, and then walking her up is
your good and loyal friend Opal. I'm kind of we'll call me the security of the ship. I'm kind of like the bouncer. My job's throwing everybody overboard. It's great. This is my new friend Betty. Betty's got platinum knickers. We're good friends.
And Betty, for those who do not know, is a automaton that was built by Exelfair. Exelfair can command Betty, and was using her to get around unnoticed. Was actually in a bird cage that Betty was carrying. Betty is not independently sentient or alive, but has wheels on her feet. So that means that Opal can just
Metal in her knickers.
push her. Yeah. All right, so all these people come aboard, and you can smell that Corky is cooking something. Because you'd come in on that lower deck, and so to your right would be the galley. So you would smell.
Oh, that smells so wonderful, especially since we didn't actually manage to eat before we had to run.
Nope.
Ooh.
Oh,
Ooh, do I hear some hungry adventurers? Do I hear some hungry adventurers out there? Ooh.
might well be my belly. But, yeah.
Yeah, I could use a bit of nosh, honestly. I just downed a bunch of ale and I got some food in my stomach. I think.
As long as it's not fish, the last one was talking to me.
No, that's what. Oh, what?
Fair enough. Look over.
At least you know it was fresh.
Are we casting off soon?
Yes. Well, does anybody have any objections?
No.
No.
Then I suggest we don't
In fact,
object
we probably
quickly and
got
get a move
told.
on.
Should I tell the twins to
Yes.
get in position?
I'll be up there in just a moment.
Okay,
Jacob,
and
can you grab the helm?
Yeah.
so the twins are two sorcerers who are in fact twins. Although you haven't actually stripped them down and actually you take their word for it.
Yeah.
But they're roughly the same dimensions. They sound similar, and they say they're twins. You have no reason to really doubt them. The advantage of having two of them is if you have a long journey, one can rest and the other one can man the helm. Something you can't do if you have somebody not like this. So this fellow, Bryce, is the one you were speaking to, and he says, right, and he goes and he gets the twins to man the helm.
And the twins' names are, I know we covered this.
It is, one of them is Arnessus, I think the other one is Jane.
Mm-hmm.
Their names aren't on because it says just the twins.
It just said I just didn't want to refer to any one of them as
Oh, you know,
twin.
the thing one, thing two, scary guys.
Yeah.
The magic.
Hey, you twin.
Well, they do the little spooky like twin language, kind of like half talking because they understand each other
yeah,
so
I don't
well.
like it. It makes me deeply uncomfortable in my stomach.
That's the fish.
But yeah.
Opal, can you put Betty down for just a minute or put her off to the side and help
Put her
me
in my workshop.
That works too, but help me undo the ropes.
Yeah, all right. And she just kind of roughly pushes Betty kind of towards the next hatch and then starts
I mean, not to be that prince, but she is my property.
Well,
Yeah,
if she's
she's
in the
fine.
hole, she will not fall around, or she will not slide around
No,
the
we
deck.
don't want to put things in the hole. It is very creepy and does things to people's brains. Should be perfectly safe in my workshop, and you can go hang out there too.
There's something wrong with your hold.
No.
No, it's
It's
just
It seems
special.
very small.
You know,
Don't judge a book by its cover.
yeah, or a hole by its size.
Right. Regardless.
Oh, I don't
Don't
think I
worry,
like where
it's
that was
cavernous
going.
where it counts.
I've heard that before. All right.
Casting off.
Casting off.
All right. So is everyone going to be on deck at this point?
Oh, I'm in the galley.
Yeah.
Hey, Corky, can you
Yeah.
start bringing those up? Because as soon as we get moving, we're gonna want something.
Oh, you're not going to come down here to eat? You know, you should. It's very important to rest while you eat.
We're
then you
leaving
can
in a wee
focus.
bit of a hurry.
Okay, sandwiches then. Oh, empanadas.
Something quick.
Fantasy space empanadas. Love it.
Space
Empanadas.
empanadas.
Stay tuned for the cookbook.
So everyone's at stations, and you're going to bring up some hand food.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Everyone is up. That includes this fellow here, who is Ilario. This woman here, whose name is Migra, who is a distant ancestor of someone from Savage Moon. This is Sajix. And then there are the twins. Durgan is basically your second Opal. So Durgan is like you fought side by side to defend the ship a couple of times.
He's my bro.
Yeah, Durgan is a humorless, like doesn't mind. He is a dwarf in a way that like you find even a little racist. Like he, like you're so dwarven.
He leaned a
like,
little too far
yeah.
into the trope.
That he's totally into the dwarfy dwarf. And this fellow, his main job is being
His neck
shirtless
was fried
and
with
tying things off.
We're looking.
Yeah, he. I picture him. Do you know who? Well, you of course you know Shane Coker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm picturing he's Shane.
Okay.
Like, but maybe I'm sorry, Shane, a little younger. So like Shane at 34.
All right.
All right. More tats though, I think. All right. So everyone.
I admit the captain here has done a bit of a brain cramp, and just as a question, who's the other dwarf again?
Oh, his name was Olaf
Durgan.
Durgan.
That's
He
big boy
looks-
Durgan.
He looks like this.
Durgan, just as a side question, no particular reason whatsoever.
Right.
When was the last time you performed a maintenance check and stacked up the ammunition next to the ballista on the forecastle?
I checked the ballista. I checked the ammunition. I don't check the rest of the ship. That's for the fucking sailors.
Well, I'm more worried about just making sure if something untoward should happen as we leave the dock that they're ready to go.
Crap. All right. And he
Yeah, we
runs
really
up
stuck our foot in it.
and he arms, he like pulls, he gets it loaded. And he points it back at the port. He just assumes. All right. So at this point,
Yes, if trouble were coming, it's coming from.
Jane is sitting in the helm. They literally, you enter kind of like a half trance state. That's actually,
Yeah.
It was defined in the original Spelljammer. I assume that's not going to change with the new rules. So you are aware of the world around you, but you're also aware of the mass of the ship. So you kind of get almost a little bit of like Dune style, and with Will, the ship begins to lift. And at this point, the people that work on the docks and then, your buddy Shane are going to, untie and, you take off. All right. So you have
Arathis.
you have 6
Okay.
sailors working the sails. You have spellcaster at the helm, and you're going to be the pilot, Jacob?
Yeah.
So you're at the wheel. And the captain is what, just mid-deck?
I'm currently standing mid-deck and just looking back to make sure that nothing else decides it's coming after us, with doom and despair in its eyes.
The harbor master kind of looks left, looks right, and then kind of,
Catch you next time.
you're always welcome.
As long as we pay, we know.
And this would be, again, if we had a CGI budget, this would be the first, the camera go around the Enterprise. It's always that
Right.
shot, right? So we haven't seen the ship fully unfurl and rise up like this. So we get that. We waste a good 2 minutes of screen time with the ship coming up and pulling away.
Majestically doing stuff
in-
in space.
In space.
Space.
It is a lovely ship. Like this is, it's more a caravel size than a galleon. So it's not quite the size of, depending on what you as a viewer or listener is, your knowledge of like historical sail. All this is space weird historical sail. But this has still got a lot of very Baroque carving work. It's a very pretty ship. And it is 2.5 masts. It has 2 masts in the small triangular. And I think that's used for tacking.
Uncle Floggy had very good taste.
He did. So up you go and off you go. The crew is very pleased. They seem to be in good spirits. They were sitting and waiting for you because in shifts they got to go ashore, but that was done. Unfortunately, the only ones that didn't get to take full advantage are you.
Great.
As was pointed out, you didn't get to have your meal or anything. But at this point, Corky comes up.
Oh,
You a basket or a tray of what?
I got a basket full of Sphinx locks, empanadas, and don't worry, I have a little bit of gargoo in there.
Oh,
It's delicious.
Sphinx
Yeah.
locks, empanadas with gargoo.
That's
do
right.
I wait for the cookbook?
That's right.
All right.
I got cookies for later because I figure you didn't get enough sweetness when you were down there.
I totally grabbed one for this hand, one for my mouth, and one goes down my shirt.
I
Thank
need
you.
a piloting check, which is going to be proficiency and in this case dexterity.
Just like
All right,
snag
hold on.
one
Now they're all in
and
my
shove
mouth.
it in
Do
your
it at
mouth.
advantage because this is not under stress and it's not a very difficult thing, but you still do need to roll.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
I rolled a nat 21.
Nice. So it is a textbook launch.
Woohoo!
Up and away you go.
With empanadas.
And there is a point you enter, you're rising up out of the atmosphere, but you don't actually use the term atmosphere, I think. But you do enter what the terminology is wild space. So what is beyond the atmosphere, which is space, they call wild space in Spelljammer. I mean, up above that, there is the top of a glass dome, a big crystal sphere that not everybody knows about, but you do, and you're going to head there. So you're pulling away, and just for Jessica's information, the port is actually a giant beholder head. It's like a skull. So it's little like the Marvel comics, like the head of the thing with the
Spooky.
and there's a port in there, and you pull away. And at this point, Migra, she rolled really well. Who is this young lady? Yeah. Oh shit! Look back.
I was hoping you weren't going to.
No, we're hot.
All right. All right, Jane, a little more power.
So at this point, you notice that there are 8 flitter skiffs. They have appeared out of what looks like kind of dimension doors, 500 feet to the back of your ship. A flitter skiff is a 2-person, very small, but it's spelljamming. It's like a fighter. So you end up having one person that's got there's a lesser and greater helm. Like the one in your ship is a greater helm. They're using lesser helms. So not good for like really long trips to the phlogiston. Like it's not good enough for that. Kind of like difference between like an X-Wing and a cruiser, right?
Right.
And the second person in the flitter skiff usually operates some kind of weapon. And there are 8 of these things, and they're kind of buzzing as they fly. So they're kind of like pods with wings, and they're closing in on you. So I need to know from the captain and the pilot, do you want to just try to pull away as fast as you can, or do you want to maneuver to fight?
Captain, what would you like me to do?
I would like you to get us as far away from here as quickly as possible.
All right, run it is.
However, it would not be amiss if the 2 ballista were to be manned or
Oh, they already were.
crewed, as it were.
They were. The minute Opal said something to the dwarf, he made sure that the other sailors were manning them. Okay, you have both of them pointing back. The dwarf yells back, do I open fire when they get close enough?
Let's go with no.
Why?
Aw.
We don't exactly know what their intentions are, and until we know
I believe
exactly,
their intention is probably to take us out of the sky, Captain.
well,
They don't look like they have presents for us.
right, but neither do we know that they're firing on us yet. So just give it to me. We
All
need
right.
to be respected, not feared.
Why
Remember?
is it their eyes?
I mean,
All
that's-
right, well, eat your empanada before you get blown up.
I'm
Oh.
as I chow down my
You
empanada.
called
These things are
dibs.
too good.
It's the sauce, the gorgoo sauce.
The
that does
Gorgoo
it.
sauce is the best.
So
I don't know what that is, but it's got
at
to
this
taste.
point,
Corgi, do you happen to have any of those leftover, protein balls from last month? They'd make great slingshot balls.
I'm not sure I like the way you're saying that. Mm,
He's got a point, Corky.
okay.
Baz, actually Adam, because I'm having you roll for Jane. go ahead and just make a d20 roll for me.
Really? We're starting this way again?
New dice.
New die.
dice.
Okay. These dice, beautiful, nice, lovely, wonderful dice. Rolled a 4, and they're now getting sent to timeout.
So, Jacob,
Yes.
you're at the wheel.
I am.
You feel the ship moving, and you can feel it starting to accelerate. And ultimately, these things they have what's called spelljamming speed.
Yep.
And at wild space, they can go faster, and then in the phlogiston, they go even faster. But that's very much like going warp speed. They kind of build up to it.
Right.
But you feel like a slow, when the acceleration of your car is sort of beat. So you feel that it's moving, but you're not surging anywhere near as fast as you'd like.
Complete with sound effects.
Yeah. So are you going to keep going forward, or are you going to start maneuvering?
I would like to sort of make a sudden jag. That feels right. Yes. Hard support.
Okay.
Whoa!
How close are the?
Well, they haven't moved yet, so they appear to 500 feet.
Okay. Oh, they're not
So I'm going to need a piloting check from you against dexterity.
A 15.
Okay. So the ship banks. Fortunately, there is this weird thing where part of engaging the helm is it kind of generates relative gravity. So even though you've banked, it may down move too.
Right.
So you shake a little bit, but it's not like being on an actual. It doesn't really do this. The point of reference changes, so you're still standing,
So we all went,
which is weird looking from a distance because the big the 3-mast ship does this, which a normal ship obviously does not do. And the flutter skiffs are much more agile and are moving in and out, and they are maybe twice as fast as you are. So they are now 420 feet away. 420.
420.
Jacob, pedal faster.
It's not like
So
Would it be too early to give somebody some blessings?
no.
No, but take a cookie.
So you could bless both of the ballista, for example.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that's not going to be. There are NPCs firing them, but that's fine.
Okay.
So, and you get because you get 3 people. Do you want to give one of these others?
Yeah. Let's do bless on the 2 ballista, and then also on Jacob.
Okay.
So, are you going to make that food based? Like, do you give them?
Yeah, I give them cookies.
Blessed cookies.
Yeah,
Okay.
I have blessed cookies that I keep in my little apron pocket.
Blessed
I
cookies.
love it.
Also
That's
in
the
the
most
cookbook.
halfling thing I've ever heard.
You also know her well enough to know if
Yeah.
she make a point of handing you a cookie, you eat that damn cookie.
Eating the damn cookies.
Yeah.
Eat a damn cookie.
But I'm not. Oh, okay, fine. Cool.
I just now have a mental image of eat the cookie.
So,
Thank you, Cookie.
Baz,
Hi.
what are you doing? Just commanding? You have your pistol.
Basically,
They're
at
not-
this point, I've made it back up to the aft castle. I'm next to Jaco over there,
Okay.
and basically making sure that everything's manned, making sure that everybody's in rigging. Basically, for lack of a better term, battle stations, as it were.
In
So-
that case, will you take over?
Fine, and we do a swap out.
So she has a parrot that she's built, but it kind of looks like somebody took, they bought at a eBay auction like an old animatronic that was stripped from like Disney or something, but then put like parrot fur over it. So it's got kind of like a makeshift.
It's
One has
Roy.
fur.
Toys don't.
All right.
All right, so
It's Roy, the parrot-looking Furby thing. Yeah.
Oh God!
and
Sure, make it creepy.
it cannot speak, right?
No, it can speak.
Please let it speak like Furby.
And where are you going to go? The captain takes the wheel. Where do you go?
I'm going to stay on the aft castle.
Okay.
But I'm going to prep my weapon. Also, do we keep general piles of a small ballista around? I would assume.
What do you mean?
I need something roughly 5 pounds, and
There's
Could be
nothing
circle.
here that uses shot. The
Okay.
ballista have big crossbow bolts,
Okay.
and back here there's nothing.
Meatballs.
In that case, I'm going to go with what might be on the ship that's like chonky that can be thrown.
Hey, stuff in the
What would two
stores.
for like? Okay, I don't want to get rid of food. Though.
Yeah, I mean, well, there'd be stuff for repairs. There'd be extra belaying pins, but like on the ship, everything's being used.
Okay, at some point, remind us to stop and actually get some shot. Because I can use it.
And put baskets.
Well,
Well, on this, but you're not. Your pistol just takes little.
No, I myself
Can
become a catapult.
okay, cool. But you need to have stuff to.
I need to have stuff to do it. So
Make an intelligence save to see if you thought about that in advance and set that up.
All right. I rolled what the heck is that? That's a 13 plus a 3. That's a 16.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
We'll say you have a basket of stuff on each castle.
All right. So I'm just I'm getting my
So you got
weapon ready, but I'm also standing near that just in case.
Cool. Opal, where are you prepared?
First and foremost, Opal's going to go stick my wee Betty in Jayco's
You gotta stick your wee Betty in my what?
in Jayco's workshop.
Wow, we didn't give the warning. So
No, I'm sticking Betty since wee Princeling is being awful snitty about his transport. I'm going and stowing it away since he's paying us. And
So
I'll come back and fight.
you turn around, you see he's flying after you. Where should I go?
And go hang out with Betty.
Okay, so you're downstairs. All right. Corky has handed out cookies.
Yeah.
And at this point, they are going to close. So that's going to be 8 math. They're now 260 feet away. I think, yes, the ballista can fire. So let's have you shoot 1, Jessica. 2 dice because you're shooting at disadvantage because of the range.
Wait a minute. I'm sorry. What am I shooting?
On the ballista, the player is rolling for the ballista for me. So it's not on your sheet. You just
I don't have any dice. I'm sorry.
So the lower of the 2.
3. I'm so
So
sorry.
that's a clean miss. I need those back.
Welcome to my dice roll.
And
so sorry.
Adam, second ballista, please, at disadvantage.
Really? Me?
Yeah, we're gonna go around. All things being.
Test these new dice.
I'm so sorry. That's
That's a 3.
or an 8. It could be an 8. I don't know.
No.
Maybe it's an 8 if you want. If you think
Wow.
about it.
Yeah, no.
If you concentrate hard, maybe it's an 8.
I was going to say they do much
So
better on
within
their eights.
260 feet, that's too far for catapult, right?
Ranging shot.
I mean,
Ranging
90.
shot.
Okay. And
You have inspiration.
I'm
It's-
not going to waste an inspiration with the way I've been rolling on a disadvantage roll.
fair. All right. So it looks like this next round is when they're actually going to be closed. Now you want to be kind of alongside them, not into them, right? Oh, this is your call now. So Baz, Jaco turned the ship, so it's going kind of square to them, and they're coming in.
Mhm.
Do you want to continue that way because they're closing, or do you want to continue and go right in, or do you want to go further away?
If we're going to do this, and since she already put us on the way, I just shout out as I draw my pistol, turning into closing,
Okay.
and spin around, and we're going right at them. If we can manage to go through a couple,
Yeah.
All right. Next round, they are now 20 feet away.
Oh, good. Yeah.
So they're buzzing right into you. You're going to go first. So let me have Z, go ahead and give me a ballista shot first.
All right. So actually, it says choose one object. Wait, I found
This is a ballista shot. This is not you.
I'm going to
ballista, not you.
Ballista.
And this is straight up because you're close range now.
18.
That's a hit. So roll your damage.
Oh, what's the ballista?
That's 3d10.
What? Okay. 5, 15, 21.
Okay, and then cool. So that's going to be Okay. So it sinks into the side of the thing. Yeah.
Could I do guiding bolt against them, or does the bolt start within the ship and it
What's
would
the
catch
range?
120 feet?
So yes. So go ahead and do that because I think guiding bolt could then help
Aid
the next
everybody
one. Yeah.
who's
Yeah.
fleeing.
So go ahead.
Radiant damage of 16.
And do you have to roll to hit or do I have to save? I think you have to roll to hit.
Oh, right. Roll hit.
Armor class is 14 for
18.
these things. Hit, do your damage. And do you want the same one? Do you want to concentrate on one?
Yes.
Okay.
13 damage. Radiant
Alright.
damage. And then it should be
Yeah, we should light it up.
it's lit up now so that the next person gets advantage.
So go ahead and roll an advantage. And this is not for Opal. This is for your dwarven buddy shooting the ballista. So
Okay.
it's the +6.
All right. So it's a 21 and a 20.
Not a natural.
Not a
Unnatural.
natural, not a
Okay.
natural.
So roll your 3d10, please. 3d10.
Oh,
please.
3d10. My 3d10. My brain is no good.
It's all good.
By the way, we're experts. We know exactly how the ship
That's
works.
2 10s so far. And a 6. So 26, sir.
It had exactly 26 hit points left.
Yeah! He may be boring as hell, but he's an awesome dwarf.
So that blows off one of the wings of the things and it goes peeling up. So you've destroyed one of the 6 ships. All right. And then we get player actions. Now you're driving, but you can do your catapult.
All right. Basically, yep. I'm going to point my stacked weapon down at pile of round shot.
Yep.
Lift one, fling it.
Okay.
So,
Armor
Don't
class
forget
14.
your-
dexterity saving throw.
Okay. Nope. Not with a 7.
No. Okay. So
7 is way bad.
3d8 bludgeoning.
Nice.
Remember, you can also have a bless, so it should
Oh,
be
yeah.
an extra D4.
And then next one, you pull that 4 out.
That's to
Okay.
hit though, not damage.
All right. And oh yeah, it was
Oh, you're right. I'm
But
sorry.
she hit not so good.
8, and 12.
All right.
Ooh.
Nice shot.
Dang.
Good. And then Opal, you can get back up this round. You've dropped off the little prince and his money dress model.
Yeah.
And that's everyone. And then we go to them. So they fire their lightning guns.
Nice.
So
Wait, what?
yeah,
Oh my god.
these things have lightning guns, the footer skiffs. The problem with that
Great.
is the
So
ship
good.
is not resistant to lightning damage. All right, yeah, but they do have to roll to hit. So miss,
Brace
miss,
yourselves.
hit. It's 2 hits, and the ship tanks. So you keep track of this damage for me, Adam. The ship has 240 hit points,
Oh, no.
Ouch.
and it takes 13 damage, and then 3 damage from the second.
Ooh, can we all do the
Oh,
Star
goodness.
Trek thing where we like shake
Like,
because we
we
got
all like,
right?
Yeah, there's a nasty crack
Yeah.
as they fire. And at this point,
So 16 total, yes.
I don't know.
Yes.
I need an initiative roll from the pilot. So just roll a d20 unmodified.
9.
So believe it or not, you're going to go first, which is important because that means they're still going to be really close when you get your attack this round. So the 2 ballista are going to fire again, but this time it's going to be the 2 of you. So do you have
Can I
2d?
share your-
You have a d20 for.
Thank you.
So roll that twice. I'm sorry, you only need it once.
6.
So 16 because you're close range. So you hit.
Ooh.
And so you do 3d10.
Can I borrow? All I have are. I didn't realize I was supposed to bring dice. I'm so sorry. I thought that they would all be on the thing. Oh, I got a 1 and a 4 and a 3. So that's 8.
That was not so great yet.
Yeah, I got all that.
All right. And then Adam, go ahead and shoot for the other ballista, please.
6.
You've got a die curse. Swear to God.
Hold on.
You and Will.
They got the bless, which is a +4, so 10 total.
Nope.
Plus whatever. Do they get any bonuses?
Cannon? Are you cannoning again, Jacob?
I am. Wait, that was my one. How many do I got? One. Hold on. How do I know this? How many spells do I have?
All of them.
Oh wait. Oh yeah. I can do it again.
Just
All
the
right.
very best ones.
I'm going to fling again.
Okay. Roll the hit.
No.
I love
Oh,
your
wait.
focus.
My focus is
Your spell focus.
one calendar. Oh wait. If I'm flinging I'm doing the ballista.
Did you hit?
No.
No, we
Oh,
did
I'm
that.
doing the catapult.
Your catapult.
Oh, in that case, it's just a dex save for them.
Okay. Nope.
Ah, all right.
Roll crap again.
Here we go again.
I'd like to say that my dice curse is rolling off in the jam area.
All right. You got to count. Okay, that was a 7. A 5 was 12.
12,
Plus 1. So
13.
All right. Thank you.
I know math because I cook.
Ha! And Opal, you're on deck.
Yes. So glad to be on deck when there's lightning.
I
So you say they're 20 feet away.
mean, they're passing over, but yeah.
Mm. How do physics work if I want to hop up?
I mean, you make a hell of a
How's
acrobatics
them
or athletics test.
Them space
You want to try to jump on one as they pass?
I'm going to start climbing the mast and try to
Oh God! All right.
yeah.
All right.
Great.
So I'm going to need a dexterity save.
Oh, good.
Okay, time it right. Here it comes. Here it comes. Oh my God! It's those crocodile guys.
Oh no!
It's the crocostimpies. They're in the flitters.
So good. Hey, that's not the worst. The worst. It's not super great either. You said acrobatics?
No, initiatives.
Oh.
This was a dexterity save first.
Dexterity save.
This is for
first.
timing. Yeah.
That is going to be a 14.
Okay. So you're going to do the thing where you grab a rope and then you cut the thing, which is in every pirate movie ever, and you go woo instead of climbing up, so you can go quickly.
I like to think it goes a little slower because Opal is not a dainty lass.
And you time it right. You made that roll, and then you jump. And we're going to switch to the slow motion, the high speed camera. And, yeah. So this is going to be, you can roll either an acrobatics or an athletics test, your choice.
Oh, okay. I am significantly better at one over the
So
other.
the dwarf is now airborne.
Spaceborne.
That's a sentence you don't say very often.
No.
No! Don't say that.
It's not the best, but I'm really good at athletics still. Wait, do I have advantage?
No.
No. Dang it.
No, there's no way I can
11.
twist reality enough to make any advantage come from this situation. So I think what happens is you realize you've made an ideal target for their lightning guns.
Oh, good.
And then I think we go to an animated frame of like the scract of the lightning hitting you.
Mm-hmm.
And you, not even close. The 11, because they're going past you at like 98 miles an hour, right? So you tried, but 2 of them are going to try to hit you with the lightning guns. What's your armor class?
Probably not enough. 16.
1 hit.
Okay.
So you are going to take
Oof.
10 lightning damage
Toasty.
Okay.
and make a con save.
That's no bueno. Hold on.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that means you're stunned, which means you then hit the deck.
I flat.
So you're going to take damage because you can't really land properly. You only take 4.
Yeah. Okay.
So it stuns you and you just go right back down to the
Opal's
Definitely
fine.
making
She's
a name
dandy.
for ourselves.
deck. And
So good.
there's, wow.
Her
So
beard's just slightly staticky.
there's 3 that can hit the ship. I have a hit and a natural 20. So 1 hit for 8 damage.
Yes, I did toss myself.
And then
Thank
yes, the 15 from the second. Is the ship It's still green or is it yellow? Is it half?
Remind me how many hit points we had total.
240.
240.
Oh, we're still green.
Good. And so it's got some damage, some pox from the lightning, but it's not actually breaking. So that's good.
So I have a piloting question.
Yeah.
How agile is the Temerity in terms of, just doing a full 180 in midair and swatting flitters out of the way as they go by?
They're already past you.
Never mind.
That whole thing with the dwarf happened as it was going.
So in other words, the ship might be able to do it. The captain can't.
Well, you can set up for it because now this has occurred to you. You would have had to
right.
As they go by, I think Baz is like, oh yeah, I should have. So if they come back around, you can set up to do that. Absolutely. I don't think the weird thing it's doing with gravity will necessarily adjust perfectly, doing it that fast. So the people on the ship may have to make rolls to avoid being thrown around.
Yeah.
But other than that, you're probably fine.
We've done this before. It's called corkscrew. I just forgot about it.
So do you want to
Just
stay
gonna yell corkscrew.
at close range to them, Captain, or do you want to make distance? What's your goal as you're piloting here?
Well, at this point, if we're going to come around and be able to get at them again, I'd rather not have them coming up behind us. So we need to make some distance so we can turn.
So I need a piloting roll based on your dexterity. So your dexterity plus your proficiency.
Oh my God. 22.
I was expecting him to say 2.
Yeah,
So
1 less 2 than what he said.
you basically both pull away from each other and that are turning to re-engage. You're now at 120 feet, which is actually a pretty good range for a lot of things.
Hit him again.
So it's going to be ballista time. That's just in range, so it's regular roll, not a disadvantage. So it's going to be the two of you this time. So both of you make ballista attacks. These are for the NPCs.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
The NPCs have been doing pretty darn good.
17.
You said plus 6?
Plus 6.
20, not
And then
natural.
if you needed, also a plus D4 for the magic cookie. Very important.
Right.
And just so you know, because I don't know that the audience knows this, but the way the ballista work is it's an action to load it, an action to aim it, an action to fire it. So each one has a crew of 3 NPCs.
Mm.
So in a round, they're doing those 3 things. You have a loader, then someone aims it, and then a third person fires it. You could theoretically, one person could do it, but it would take them 3 rounds. All right.
We're cool.
So did you hit? What's your damage?
21.
Nice.
Really?
Not that.
And what did, oh, that was, so what's the damage?
13 plus, another 8, so 21.
So that's funny.
Yes.
17, but 21 was the damage.
That destroys the second
How
one.
we do.
That's how we do
So that's 2 of those flitters are destroyed. And you,
It's all down to the cookie.
what do you do? Because they're now 120 feet away. Jaco.
Captain, where would you like me?
Can you hit them from here?
No.
Then I'd suggest get ready because we're about to come around and we're going to do a corkscrew.
Corkscrew. All right.
So you're telling the crew hold on to something?
Yeah, I'm gonna then get basically next to the. I assume that there is a something to lean up against. Oh, is that what you're holding on to?
It's my ladle.
So get ready to both hold and fling just in case.
Okay. Opal?
Ladle of immovability.
Opal just kind of rolls over to where she's close to the map and just hugs.
So,
Quite frizzy, a
I think
little out of sorts.
I bruised her rib. All right. And at this point, they're going to come back towards you. And you are going to try, and you're head on at this point. They are going to pass this round. But that means as they do that, you're going to try to whap them. So I need the pilot to make a dexterity saving throw to time this, to try to whap them before they shoot their lightning guns.
Come on, guys. Come on.
You can make a roll eventually, Adam. I believe in you.
And you've got inspiration.
8 plus 5 would be 13, but I'm going to burn that inspiration.
Yeah,
Okay.
burn it.
Now's a perfect time to burn that to make an 18 total.
So you're going to get to go first. I am going to make your day by doing.
Oh, come on!
Yes.
Did you really?
So
Did
I
he?
I need you to make a saving throw for the mast. So make
Breaking the
a
ship
low enough
already.
roll. When you do the barrel roll, you're going to snap the mast.
7.
Oh.
Do you have inspiration?
Not anymore.
All right. And who was responsible? Bree, is that our usual chaos?
Oh,
We have a mistress of chaos that is normally the one throwing points into chaos. Isn't it Bambi that's normally?
oh yes,
Yeah.
who is like
We have a regular viewer that is all about the chaos.
Oh no, in this
Blondie.
case, Blondie did it.
Blondie? All right.
Blondie, also known for
How-
honestly, all of them are little
Thanks,
chaos
Blondie.
goblins. Gonna lie.
All right. So you turn, and you are going to get. You may roll to hit against one of the flitters with the ship.
19 plus other stuff.
On the upside, I'm not even going to have you roll damage. I'm going to say comparative mass means you just smash that one. So the third of the 6 destroyed by the ship, but you have snapped the mast.
Considering what I did to the mast, can we at least have a scene shot of the mast cracking and falling down as somebody slow-mo falls into it and just wraps himself around it?
Well, I was going to give you that you hit them. That makes it look like your success was like the F troop. I was going
Yeah,
to
we
give you
want a
the
real
benefit if
success.
you
Oh, we
did
want a-
something.
We want a real
But
one.
that wasn't like, like womp womp. Like I think you did a thing.
Yeah.
All right,
Did a
fair
thing.
enough, fair
Yeah.
enough.
Take
It's
it.
just the side effect was unfortunately the ship was not up to that.
All right,
Uh,
we should have gotten or not just used a pine tree for a mast.
And the thing is, the original mast, it's a very old, and it's tied to the ship. It's not going to like fly away, but it immediately becomes tangled in the ropes and the rigging and the sails. So it's a mess on board right now. You also feel the acceleration of the ship.
Right.
If you've damaged the sails, it reduces your acceleration to half. So the destroyed mast is going to count as sails being non-functional. So there is now no way to get away from these guys.
Well,
How
you
many
wanted
more of
your
them?
fight, Jacob.
All right, wait. This can be repaired on the go.
So first, they're going to fire their lightning guns.
I haven't gone this round. Could I cast? Is it possible for me to cast Shield of Faith on the ship?
I think it's the
It only gives you 2 extra.
Do
for the
you
AC.
have inspiration?
I
Yes.
do. They gave me some.
If you burn the inspiration, considering the peculiar nature of your powers, I mean, you can't give it a snack, but you obviously value the kitchen and the ship, right?
Yeah.
So you kind of like do the like good girl, right?
Yeah.
Like,
I want to do especially the galley. Like, I want to keep the whole ship whole, but especially the galley.
so you've now cast Shield of Faith on the temerity.
Yes.
Here's the downside is I get to roll an advantage because I literally
Yeah.
brought the ship right here,
Yeah.
but it's against a high armor class, so that's going to be hit, hit, hit.
No, I did it for nothing.
14 damage
But it does last for 10 minutes. So
and 8 damage and 7 damage.
no.
So what? How many hit points does the ship have left?
Out of 240, we still got 180 something,
we're fine.
Okay.
170 something.
Well, I mean, I think fine might be exaggerating the point.
No, I mean, you've got a mask.
I mean, you've got a snap mast, and you've probably got like smoking char lines.
Can we just say that it didn't hit the galley?
We're a
We can
pale,
absolutely
Okay,
say
thank
that.
you.
Yeah.
we're a pale yellow.
You're a pale yellow. That's a great album, by the way.
Chartreuse.
All right. So at this point, 40, you're going to be able to go first. So next, so we do this side doing the ballista.
Oh,
It's the two of you.
excellent. Okay.
So
And
far
at
we-
advantage, or just
This will be straight up because you're close.
17.
Okay. And so that's going to be hit to your damage, which is 3d10. That's a hit, 3d10.
Where are my D10s? What?
They're hiding in there.
Ah.
17 points of damage.
All right.
Oh, 21.
Dang, that's the number. That's the number.
How funny!
What does Jake go up to? You are within catapult range if you want to do it. You
No,
do 40 feet, right?
Yeah, I'm more concerned about the mast. I would really like to.
We can
Abandoned.
fix it when it's when they're gone.
Okay. How close are they to me?
That was such a like Adam as husband
Yeah.
tone of voice. You slipped the surly bonds of your character for a minute there, my friend.
I don't know. It's kind of cute when he gets all captain.
I don't think I want to be a part of this. So what do you want to do?
Okay. I can. Oh no! Why does this thing? I don't like it. It's not intuitive. What's my number of first?
The D&Ds? No?
No, not
No,
at all.
that was it. I can't fling another one. Are they close enough to?
Part of fun.
They're 40 feet away.
In that case, I would like to. I did not use that.
You can use your pistol.
I would like to. Yes. Oh, here it's under actions. I would like to use my pistol.
All right, roll the hit on the ship.
Dirty 20.
Hit, you hit the footer skiff. So go ahead and do your damage.
Nice.
11.
So if these were bigger, like the Temerity, it would have resistance like the Temerity does, but these are smaller, so they're a little more like Da Vinci ships.
Yeah.
So they're easier to hit with like a gun. So it's things coming apart. Opal?
Mm-hmm. You said they're how far away?
they're 40 feet away.
Toss me.
How much of the mass is left?
No!
Oh, don't!
You want to run up the
I just need 10 feet.
Make a dexterity save.
Oh my god.
You didn't bother to tell me that your character was borderline suicidal. I mean, that would have been a good
Dwarf.
character note.
Dwarf.
Yeah. So what was your roll?
My range is 30 feet. I just need 10. 8.
And the range for what?
All my spells.
Okay. So give me an athletics test.
It's a 15.
My watch says, as your day winds down, pause for a mindful moment.
All right, mindful moment, everyone.
I'm live streaming.
My mindful moment is I should have gotten a spell with better range.
So what did you roll? So you
15.
jump up, you run, you manage to not fall on your ass.
Yeah.
But you're a little too slow to get the range as they pass by. But you're now on, so the mast is up and broken, and
Okay.
you're on that pivot,
With,
probably holding onto a rope.
yeah. With space sound physics, can they hear me?
Yeah.
I'd like to taunt them.
Sure.
We're not in space yet. We're like just shy of
Yeah,
the
yeah.
bubble.
You've
right?
entered wild space.
Oh, we're in the wild
Space,
space.
yeah.
Okay.
So with
But there is
curiosity
no
with our,
actual
Yeah.
airless vacuum. It's
right.
weird.
Yeah. 'cause
So,
we have our own air bubble and they have
but
their own
we're
air
not really
bubble.
playing actual Spelljammer. We're playing what the fuck Spelljammer.
Magic.
Yeah.
Magic.
Yeah.
Magic.
Yeah.
So-
I'd like
Comes
to
20
magically
years
go
and goes
tell
over
them to
there.
stuff themselves.
So give me an intimidate roll.
Mhm.
I'm not going to give you advantage on that because you're like so far you're fall down the drunken dwarf. And you're now standing at a broken mast, like yelling at them like an old man.
Well, I hate to tell you, I'm still intimidating at a 22.
But I think the result is more like we don't want to go near that old man. Like something's wrong. I think that dwarf is broken.
I look it, yeah.
Okay, so they are going to come around. You can still steer, but you've lost about half of your acceleration. What do you want to be? As I'm coming back to you, do you want to be straight on or broadside, or running away?
Honestly, I would rather be straight on, give the best and easiest shot to the ballista.
Okie dokie, artichoke. Give me a pilot roll at advantage. That one's not too hard.
Good, because the first one was a 2. The second one was a whole 3.
Well, it got
Let's
better.
go ahead and burn that inspiration to get
Okay.
things lined up very well there. Well, 8
4.
plus 5, so 13.
That's enough. So good. The inspiration was well used. All right. So the ships circle again. You're having a space combat fight, guys.
Yay!
It's like a dog fight and shit.
With
Corkscrew and
gloves.
everything.
I have occasionally mended things, and apparently I can mend things that are if the tear is no longer than 1 foot in any dimension. So how big is the mast? Is it
Oh,
bigger
it's
than
there.
1
The problem is,
Yes.
you probably could do it, but you'd have to put it in position
Oh, never mind.
because otherwise it's too much. But because
Okay.
you're right,
This is a thing that you and I can do.
We can
Yeah.
do it later.
the mast is small enough that if you put it in position, especially if you had your artificer like
Mhm.
kind of brace it,
I
you
like
could
to
probably
think
magic it together.
that you
Hit 'em with the
mend it by
meatballs.
ladling it.
Yeah.
Is there
A
anything
little
I don't want to miss you again? Is there anything you want to do during this round, during
Being
this
a
next
protein.
pass?
I mean, I would happily do the guiding bolt again.
Do it.
All right. Guiding bolt. Cast. That's 7. Oh, probably does not hit.
It does not. Okay.
And I
And-
burned my inspiration already, didn't I?
It should say on the stream
Yeah,
if you
you'll
still
see
got any
if
left.
you have it. You do not
And
currently,
currently
have it.
only Baz has inspiration.
No, I have.
No,
I
actually
do
we all
also,
do.
but yes, we all currently do. They just haven't been
Mhm.
put up yet.
Oh, okay.
We do.
Cool.
Yeah, I
Thank
think
you.
it's because Bree has been called away.
Screaming Dragon has
It's all
been
good.
giving us many gifts.
Oh,
Thank
so
you,
should I-
Screaming Dragon.
Thank you.
Shall I re-roll then?
You can, yeah.
Here, I'll do
Do it.
14. Does a 14 hit?
It does.
11 damage. Woo!
That's actually enough to destroy that one.
Yes.
All right, so you're down to
And you thought I was
2.
just a cook.
Yeah.
So
Why
that-
do you think we hired you?
who's on the ballistas? Which side of the table was it this time?
No, y'all.
Y'all's, because
We
we hit
just
them last
did it.
time.
Oh, you're right. It's
Mm.
us.
Okay, so go
But
ahead.
you rolled pretty well, so
22.
Hit damage.
Mm-hmm.
You've got an inspiration.
13. I'm not wasting it.
19.
13 misses by 1. Did you use your bless?
I have not.
You ate the cookie.
I ate the cookie.
So you had 1d4, so it's going to be enough to get to 14. Done.
Yay.
That works.
yes.
So what did you roll for damage?
Quirky
19.
for the
Thank you.
awesomeness.
Yeah.
Pretty sure. Yeah.
I'll
Cool.
ladle you up some good fighting.
17.
Oh, Mike, you just got a chaos.
Oh no!
From Zolani.
I-
Thank you.
I
Thank
think
you,
they were
Zolani.
happy with the mass
We're all
snapping.
like,
Mm.
I try to do right by my chaos people. All right. So then we did all of that, but then
Jacob.
Jacob.
all right, so I've still got my.
There's only 2,
I've still got my multi-weapon pointed. so
40 feet.
Now I'm going to actually fire firebolt.
Nice.
Nice.
All right, fire it.
Armor class 14.
Um,
Yeah, so your weapon's a little like the thing from Fifth Element
15.
that shoots the net and has the
Yeah,
like
it's just
Yeah.
it's 15.
hit damage.
All right.
Is this actually fire?
Yes.
It is vulnerable to fire.
Sweet. 10 fire, but it's on fire. The point is, it's on fire.
Yeah.
And Opal,
Yeah. How close are they?
40 feet.
I
Well,
mean,
they
I
will
am-
be within. They'll be closer as they pass. So if you
I'm
wanna be within
10
30.
feet up in the air because I am hanging on the mast.
I will say you're in range.
right.
So now she's literally on the mess. Yes.
And as I do so, I'm gonna cast Witch Bolt. It's just gonna come out of my fingers, and I'm gonna emperor them. Like this.
Roll to hit, please.
Yeah.
I'm going to give you advantage because all that shit. Because how could you?
I-
not?
Just, well, I don't need it. I'll see if I
There's
need
Star
it.
Wars reference in the
Yeah,
middle.
no. Yeah.
Starjammer.
20,
Starjammer.
23.
It's Starjammer.
Okay.
No.
Yeah. All right. So now my damages.
I think it's the
Are hefty.
holy die, right?
uh,
Isn't which bolt a d12?
I believe so. 1d12.
It's the sacred die.
Yeah.
5 points of
All
damage.
right. It is in terrible shape.
Yes.
And at this point, I'm going to make a morale check.
Ooh, I'm around.
And morale.
They don't got cookies.
No.
We get +5 to morale because
They break away.
Yeah.
You yelling at them really worked there, Opal.
So you're going to get one shot at
Cheerio
them
now.
at 120 feet. So do you want to, does your
Yeah.
Sacred Flame do
my
120 feet?
my guiding bolt does 120 feet. And I'm actually going to cast it at my second level.
Do I get a save or
No. Oh, I only got a 7.
that's a miss? Okay, so then
Do you have any inspiration left?
I don't.
ballistas?
Ballistas. Oh, that side now.
Here's a question. Should we let them go?
No. Oh, well,
Yes.
Yeah.
sure.
Save the ammunition. We're going to need it for later.
What?
Ah.
Okay, fine. Go ahead.
He fires when you fire.
18.
Ha!
And
Comb your beard.
3,
You
6,
didn't ask for a vote.
12.
That's enough to destroy it. All right. So Durgan insists on firing and actually destroys one of them while they flee.
Goodbye.
One gets away, but you destroyed the other 5.
Can we loot their spaceship boat corpses?
Actually, you look and you would see like mangled ships and floating crocodilians.
Oh,
Like
ew.
it's gross. It's like
It's more if we can get close to a ship and there's anything for easy stripping.
I wonder if they
I'll
taste
take
good.
that.
I do like
And
some easy
these-
stripping.
I do have a mask to repair.
and these really aren't those kinds of ships because they're kind of light
Yeah.
and like they weren't doing the half damage thing. They kind of come apart. These are like not safe ships. Those zeros, basically.
However,
I
if we,
definitely like snag some just random
if
ass
we can
space
snag,
junk.
yes, if we can snag enough, we might be able to cobble together one for ourselves. I mean,
Ooh,
You
I
would
could
need
build-
skills you don't have.
Actually, I've got something in mind that I'd like to build.
So,
Do we have to vote on it, or would you like it to be a surprise?
I'm going to go with surprise if given an option, mostly because it scares me.
so just so you know, I'm not against somebody
There he
eventually
is.
having the
He's back.
skill shipwright, but none of you does. So something like trying to build one, you definitely don't.
I'm going to build a cannon,
We talked
an
about that.
eldritch cannon
Wow.
on crab legs.
We'll say that's right now what's in your,
That's in my head.
and also probably the beginnings are probably in your workshop.
Yes,
But it's definitely something that's not showing up today.
Greg.
But
Greg,
definitely,
I'm going to want that to be an anagram, and I want to know what Greg stands for.
Well,
Gone is obviously a G.
if you want, I could make a cake that looks like one of them, and then we could have one that way.
She sounds like she wants to try to find out how crocodilian tastes.
Does anybody want
Does
to?
the crew object to that?
Okay, let's take a quick vote on that one. I vote nay.
no. No.
No sense of adventure on this crew. Well, I'm going back downstairs.
I'd try it.
You're gross.
Durgan, ew. Whatever it was.
No, this is Migra.
Oh, of course it is.
Migra, keepers, just no.
You're off the
Fine.
Don't take a nap around her.
Oh,
All right.
not anybody. I
All right,
wouldn't
so
cook
I
anybody
wanted to make
know.
sure that one of our first episodes you had a proper space battle, and you came through it pretty well, although not unharmed. So you obviously had to fight a little to win that one. But between the two of you, you are able. You'll have to get a couple of. It turns out Opal is super duper strong,
Okay.
so you get probably Opal and
My friend Durgan. probably.
Durgan and
And
Bryce because Bryce
Muscles
is also
McBeardy.
strong.
Opal,
Bryce.
Opal. You
Mhm.
also have to repair that rope you cut.
Oh,
Yeah, okay.
it's true.
And I grab it and like mend.
No, that's not a lesson. You need to actually weave it by hand.
You see my fingers. I have sandwich making hands. I don't have weaver's hands.
Then fine, your punishment, go help Corky down. in the
Sandwich maker's hands.
Oh, that's not punishment. That's delight.
All right, let's go bake cupcakes.
Yes.
Hey, this is Sajik's captain. Don't we have
Yes.
to vote on punishments?
valley. Fine, all in favor of sandwich fingers over there helping make cupcakes.
I'm in favor of cakes.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
there's cakes involved?
Yes.
Yes.
You're voting for your own punishment.
But these cakes.
It's cake.
Just remember, it's punishment.
It's cake or sewing.
So
and you don't
you-
want me to do it.
Put the mast up. You get it. You use some ropes and
Yeah.
some strength, probably a block and tackle from the other mast,
And
and then you got two people to cast.
I think there's
Matt.
metal working involved here
Yeah.
too, and
Yeah, I think
Some
with
magic.
everybody, we get
It's-
it knocked out.
So the
yeah.
mend will cause
Magic duct
the I'm trying to think of the right thing. It's
Wood
wood has a
splintering.
texture to it. It's
The
called
grain?
something. Yeah, I'm thinking
the
more
grain.
of that. Yeah, the grain is part of it.
Okay.
Anyway, so the material of the wood would
Uh-huh.
then reknit,
Okay.
which a lot of the other things you do to fix magic would do that.
Yeah.
But the other things you're doing is that fibers. Thank you, Lex. The fibers would reknit in a very like Evil Dead 2 kind of way. And then it sounds like the artificer would say, let me strengthen that with an iron band.
And let me strengthen that with an iron band.
You said it in a better accent. I prefer when you say it. All right.
Yeah.
So,
Are we assuming that we'll rest for a little bit? Or?
yes.
Okay.
Although you will still need, somebody's going to have, you'll probably have to take a short rest because you're not going to keep moving while the mast is broken.
Mhm.
Don't worry about, spoiler, you're not going to have to worry about the short rest hit points and stuff.
Correct.
No worries. So for the first hour, are you going to feed the
Yeah, I'm making cupcakes for everybody. I was just trying to figure out if I should put a little extra in the cupcakes so that people felt a little better, but it sounds like everybody's fine. So
Yeah.
I won't put anything extra. These are just regular cupcakes with sugar and a little bit of glitter.
You sound
Yeah.
like my buddy, like the pot eating roommate. Like these are just regular gummies. Like
Regular.
Normal.
then how come it's Tuesday? And I haven't stopped giggling. And I'm watching Friday the 13th. All right. So the mast is fixed due to the various skills and magical powers of the group. You all have had a lovely snack to celebrate your win,
Yay!
and you are now able to pull away. Exilfear, who is still working on his cupcake, because the cupcake is right. Like he can just take little slices out of it.
I mean, I call it fairy cakes.
It's true. Can I meet with some of you in the watch room?
Any of us in particular?
Well, I mean, some of you are working the ship, right?
I'm not busy.
Okay, so as long
I'm
as
just working on Greg.
so Baz is piloting,
Yeah.
like basically everybody except Baz, because everybody else, the NPCs can handle everything else.
Yeah.
Sure. What do you need?
Okay. Well, he says we maybe should talk about what we're doing.
Yes, you said you needed to go see an oracle.
It's a tiny bit more complicated than
Of
that.
course it is.
Um,
Remind me next time to stop and ask
well,
at least the bullet points
we were
when
running.
we're rescuing someone we've never met before.
I tried to give you the very most
It's very
pointy
basic,
while we were
yeah.
running, and I do appreciate your help, and I do have platinum.
Oh, well, all right.
Verified, yeah.
So he tells you again all the stuff from that intro. Like my
Right.
people a long time ago sealed
Right,
the
you're the
sphere.
only remaining scion, but your
Uh,
people may still be there.
So he
blood,
says.
blood magic.
So
Crockle people.
Sex, blood magic.
my bloodline was
Hot
attuned to the
crocodiles.
seals, so we could pass through the portals. So one reason they want me is they could use me to pass through the seals. The other reason is they want to kill me if they can't do that, because of when the last of the line dies, we think the seals will just fail.
Mm.
And when that happens, they can just leave.
So how did they get out in the first place to be chasing you around?
Well, there's some of the portals, smaller intermittent portals, were not sealed. But they can't get an entire fleet out. They can get small groups or flitters like that. But they've got proper warships, and those aren't going through those smaller portals. So what I want to do is I want to go to a place called the Memnarium.
Minarium.
It is a place I know that, I mean, as much as you know anything that's deep in your history, but my father told me that it was a place where our people went to learn what they needed to know to set up the seals in the first place. I want to find an oracle so I can find out more about how to fix this problem. And if there's any place we're going to get that information, it would be the Memnarium.
All right, so we're just taking you to the Memnarium and dropping you off. Best of luck.
Oh,
Well,
that's so rude. That seems very unhospitable.
I'm just saying we're not really equipped for a cosmic
But it
war.
sounds like fun, doesn't it?
I mean,
But it-
yes.
What else are we doing?
But if we succeed,
Pirate ship.
there won't be a cosmic war.
Oh.
That's what I'm hoping to avoid.
Oh, so we're avoiding cosmic war.
If we keep the seals sealed or strengthen them, the Pentarch won't be able to leave his sphere.
Ooh.
All right.
Let me ask you this. Any good food here? Like any interesting
He starts
recipes?
talking the food of his people,
Oh.
and they're little aristocratic fae folk. So he tells you what a petit four is. He gives you all kinds of
Even
suggestions.
tinier caves.
Ooh.
Yeah. Like a petty 16th. All right. So the group begins to travel, assuming you take the deal. And the deal is to go, first step on this guy's quest to fix these seals is to go to this place.
All right, so the Memnarium.
I'm in. I'm sorry, I thought we were voting.
Well, the captain's not here. Okay. Everyone in favor of taking the Scion to the Memnarium to find an oracle.
A disembodied voice comes up going, "What are we getting paid?"
Oh yeah.
He said that there's platinum.
So he will start with an initial payment of 200 platinum,
Woo!
which is 2,000 gold. So is somebody keeping track of the...
Captain, you're our
Treasurer?
treasurer.
Yes, of course I am. Immediately.
And there is more.
Bless Betty's knickers.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. There's more platinum, or there's more stuff? There's more stuff that you need to tell us. You said there's more.
Well, I don't know more facts until we get to the Memnarium.
Definitely
Well,
more platinum.
But
So there's
there is
more
There
platinum.
is more platinum, yes.
Okay.
I fled my world and my sphere with my assistant, and he points to the dressmaker's dummy. And could you show her, Opal?
Oh, yes, sure. Flip up Betty's skirt. So, like, see, look.
Oh.
So it's a little like C-3PO in a dressmaker's dummy, and then all around that kind of like framework, there's little rings of platinum. So when she moves, she jingles.
Oh.
What's that TikTok thing? Jiggle, jiggle.
What's he? What?
I'm
What's
too
he
old to
talking?
really know.
I don't know.
I don't think that's it. All right. So everyone agrees, and at this point, he has maps that he can take to the twins. The twins look at the maps.
Do we go to the map room? We have a room all for maps.
You do?
Yeah, next to my place.
Yeah, and the reason it's so large is it's literally got a broad table you can lay it out. So it's also kind of a meeting room. And yeah, we'll do that. And they look at the maps, and Arnassus says, "This is not a quick trip, friends.
How long is this going to take us?
Given what I'm seeing here, 4 or 5 days at least.
Oh, we have enough food.
But do we really?
And that's traveling through the phlogiston.
Mm.
That's even at spelljamming speeds.
Mm.
This is
All
not,
right, so we'll settle in for
this is a remote sphere.
Corky says that there's enough food, and I've
Things don't seem to really rot in the holds.
correct.
But we do have proper food in the regular stores.
Yes.
But as a backup, we have some things floating in the giant ether cube.
Yes.
Listen,
yes.
I can make anything taste good.
And
Put
look,
enough
we
gorgoo
got-
sauce on it.
And and we've got enough money now.
Do you have a barrel? This
Yes,
is Gorgo
Gorgo.
on this.
Yes.
So it's like the nacho cheese with the pump.
That's right.
Yes.
It's Gorgo.
I feel
Except
like now
instead of
it's
a
like
pump,
keg.
it's a little bit of a fountain.
Oh,
And I
God.
think it has to be blue.
Yes, blue and
Yeah.
gloopy.
Yeah,
You're
it is
not
kind
wrong.
of loopy.
As a question, is there any stopover on the way? Because that is going to be a long trip.
Wait,
Not really. I mean, we can route somewhere else.
all right, so we go on rations, and
It's less than a week.
yeah, it's fine. We just, as long as no one's following us.
And Jane says, pointing at some of the maps. The maps literally look like flowchart maps. So there's like lines between spheres. So there's sort of trade routes between the spheres, and some are on routes. And there's places where it'll be easy to have stopovers, but this is not really attached to any of those routes.
No, it's not. All right.
This has ambush written all over it.
Well, it wouldn't really be a trip to a fancy space oracle without one,
All
right?
right, so 4
There.
days straight there, or more days to stop and go up to get more food and then go. I say we just go straight
Well,
there.
you've got plenty of supplies. Like
I
a
see
week
what you're
isn't even all that
saying.
long. It's a long.
I'd be a bit worried that they would actually manage to follow us straight out if we don't
Well,
lose
Wait.
ourselves somewhere else.
Well, we Princey fellow. He said that they only have those little crapum vessels.
Exosphere?
Yeah, you. Exo spheres. Look, he said they only have those little crapum vessels because they can only get out the wee tiny hole. So,
Well, you can get a little bigger than that, but certainly not a warship.
Prince,
Right.
Prince Exelfier, how big of a ship could they get out?
Smaller than this by half.
Still, we took enough damage just from their the flitters. If we get too many more,
Well,
of those
I
going
can't
through-
promise you there is no risk.
would they
It's
be,
why I'm willing to pay so handsomely.
would they be able to go with
well, look,
spelljamming
none
speed?
of us got in this life because we were trying to avoid risk. Am I right?
For what it's worth, you did magnificently well.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Of course.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I guess.
I mean,
Do we get a
I was
bonus
worried.
paycheck?
I did open with 200 platinum.
That's fair.
I thought that was a fairly decisive
No, you're right,
statement.
you're right,
It
you're
was
right.
fairly fair.
I mean, the maneuver with that you shattered the mast, I was worried that was unwise until I saw that you immediately were able to repair it.
We don't do the corkscrew often, to be fair.
It was effective.
But it's yeah, no.
I mean, it did make a couple of the sailors instantaneously vomit.
Yes.
Well, they'll get used to it. We should practice it a couple more times.
Dewey looks at you with
What?
shoots daggers. He's just like,
Well,
Do we- "Are we gonna vote, Captain?"
we've got 4 days, plenty of time to practice the
You
corkscrew.
know, we have to practice various maneuvers to make sure that we can do them at a moment's notice. You know, so that when it's called out, like corkscrew, as I spin the wheel.
Oh God.
This is an
Correct.
excellent point to do a 2-3 minute bio break.
Yes,
Yeah.
that would be great.
So how do we? I forgot how
That's
to
a
do that.
Bree thing, and Bree is back.
Bree,
So-
can you bio break us, and we'll be back in like 5 or less.
Oh, it's been said a bard's life can often be a hard life, or hill and jail to rove and always move from town to town. And some folk have inquired if ever we grow tired of ranging all around the world and never settling down.
But one should be a little wary of remaining stationary, 'cause comfortable is lovely, but it's not the way we grow. When life starts to unravel, pick up your pack and travel. You'll find a strange serenity in places you don't know. Wriggle-dee-dum-dee-doo-da-terry-o-dee. There's so much to see beyond the open door. It's outward bound we go. Who knows what we'll find that we've never found before.
Adventures waiting further down the road. It's waiting for you further down the road.
You've got no map for showing which direction you are going.
But why start on a journey if you know where it will end?
And once you recognize,
To anticipate surprise, you'll relish every twist and turn that lies around the bend. Wriggly-dum-da-doo-da-terrio-dee-da-dee-da-dee. There's so much to see beyond the open door. It's outward bound we go. Who knows what we'll find that we've never found before? Adventures waiting further down the road. It's waiting for you further down the road.
the world has got its demons. There are many reasons why you'd find it harder to be brave than be
But
afraid.
every life could use some danger. Every friend was once a stranger. Ships are safe in harbor, but that's not why ships are made.
Wriggly-dum-da-doo-da-terrio-dee-da-dee. A fwit-da-dee-da-dee. There's so much to see beyond the open door. It's outward bound we go. Who knows what we'll find that we've never found before? Adventures waiting further down the road. It's waiting for you further down the road. Adventures waiting further down the road.
Let's go!
All right. Thanks for sticking with us. We have the limitations of fleshy mortal bodies. It's super fucking annoying. All right. So I do need to know, now that we're traveling, where are we going to house the little prince?
It
Here's,
seems to me like he would fit just about anywhere, no?
it's true.
Hang him from the mast.
So you do have
come now.
2 free staterooms.
Okay.
You can put him and
I would
Betty.
like him in the stateroom next to me. That way I can futz around with Betty when in free time and see
Okay.
what she's put together.
He
And you'll give me hell about
What
doing
do you-
things to Betty.
will you tell him about that?
I don't just reach over skirts randomly. I'll
Look.
ask somewhat politely.
She was jingling.
So he says, my people had enchanters, and you said a different word. You said
Artificer?
artificer.
Yeah.
I think maybe a bit like that.
Where you take magic
Right.
and you sort of meld it together with physical objects.
It sounds like enchanting, but we didn't have things like your guns.
Oh, well, let's see. Okay. I honestly could be using my skills to make any number of things. I could make something like, well, maybe not like Betty right now, but that can be
Is
done.
that what those
just
little
like-
legs are over there?
Oh, yes, that's the bottom part of Greg. Now,
They seem very stumpy.
they're meant to hold a cannon.
Oh, so
Greg
to be
is
very
going to be a cannon.
sturdy legs. Then.
Yes, because I just like things that shoot and destroy things. They're great fun.
And a cannon's like your pistol, but
But
big,
bigger, yes.
and it'll walk around.
I hope so, yeah.
Oh, I'd like to see that.
I would too. It's coming together all right. Had a couple of hiccups. It's fine.
Well, I mean,
I put a pillow over a hole in the wall.
so he shows he's got a pendant that's similar. I forget what. There's a magic item where you wear a like an amulet and it controls a minor golem. That's a
Amulet of
bodyguard.
control.
But I forget what the creature's called. But it's like that. So he's attuned to the item. The item lets him control Benny.
Mm.
And what he's controlling is to concentrate. So it's not really a golem.
Uh-huh.
It's not really truly an automaton because he
Think about
concentrates
it.
and she walks around. Says, well, that's why I had her carry the cage, is because then,
No, that's really clever. I'm not gonna lie.
I mean,
I'm
but
impressed.
if you could make it so that she could just walk
Oh.
around.
I tell you what. Why don't we call this a side project? Yeah. If I can figure out how to get her to walk, then I can certainly figure out how to get Greg here mobile.
Something far easier is there's a lot of room in her rib cage.
All right.
Could you make me a little room?
Oh, absolutely.
Because instead of being in the cage, if I put a hole in the dress, I could just live in the cage.
I can do that. No problem.
Well, I mean, not all the time, but when I'm out and about.
Yes. No.
It seemed like I could just like sit in the seat.
Yes. No. I will do it. It's not just.
There's just
it'll be a whole.
So much more terrain for me.
Jeez.
That sounds wonderful. All right. So while you're sailing, is there anything I need to know? Anybody you need to speak with? Anything you need to set up?
No.
Most specifically, just practice the corkscrew a couple times.
Do we have any other rooms? Just the one. Okay.
So roll a d12 for me.
Oh God,
High is good. Low is a lot of vomit.
9.
Okay. So you get it to the point,
Um,
you know you're going to need to yell a warning. So you practice it a couple of times, and you know you're going to need to yell corkscrew or ready or something. Get it to the point where you think you can try it, but it is pretty clearly going to have a chance of damaging the ship when you do it. Now you can talk to your artificer about putting more reinforcements on the masts and such, so that it's more, you can make the ship more agreeable to that kind of shenanigan. But right now it's like, if you absolutely must, you can try it. But it's never, given the current state of the ship, it's never going to be like an A-list button to press, right?
Fair enough. However, at least the crew's not going to have to be swabbing the deck, or I'm going to have to be helping them swab the deck after we've tried it a couple times.
Right.
And
Right.
Jacob,
Yeah.
I know you have a lot of cast-off that you've managed to acquire while working on Greg. Would it be possible to, slap a few around the base of the mast and, make sure it doesn't decide it feels like being a separate entity from the Temerity again?
Sure, I can do that.
So unfortunately, those kind of, you've done what you could while you're sailing. You do want to be at port or like
Yeah.
to make major repairs and upgrades. You can do little things while you're
The
sailing.
next time we're in port, give it a go.
Ha! Anything
Fair
else you need to do while you're sailing, or do we go on to the next segment?
I'm gonna cook extra blessed cookies just in case we need them.
I do my cupcake punishment.
That's right.
Yeah.
And I will say that you do a pretty good job, but you do have, your fingers are bigger than
Yeah,
mine.
I have sandwich making hands.
That's right. That's right.
So you are now flying through the phlogiston. So wild space is the space that's within the crystal spheres that contain worlds. Those spheres hang like Christmas ornaments in the phlogiston, which is like every Jack Kirby inspired, trippy, like let's all get really high and talk about, Lord of the Rings kind of. It's brightly colored mists. You do know that depending on the mists you travel through, some of them are actually flammable. So this is a point where you want to use light spells and things.
All right.
You probably don't want a lot of actual fire going on.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Because from time to time you'll get a big, and that's not good. You are sailing here much, much faster. It's because now you're at spelljamming speeds.
Right.
So it's zooming by as the twins propel the ship forward.
I feel like we do a lot of just don't think about it.
3 days later, you are now basically in the fantasy equivalent of deep space. You're far away from the known mapped trade routes.
Ooh.
And the up from the crow's nest, Migra yells down, ahoy! Oh, what the hell?
Is that to
And
us?
she points, over there, look. And you look down, you look over to the right-hand side, which is starboard?
Port.
Port? I don't know.
Port. Oh wait, port is left. Starboard is. Yeah.
I was right.
Yeah.
There is a giant
Are we looking?
gelatinous cube.
Space.
So it is a gelatinous cube the size of a meteor.
Oh crap.
So it is huge.
Maybe avoid it.
What is that?
Nothing good.
An angry Jello.
So
Oh, I know about angry Jello.
Great. Now you've got Cookie interested.
the cube does this.
Oh no. Oh Lord, it can move.
It's gliding your direction.
Twins, brace yourselves.
Who's that? Whoever.
Evasive maneuvers.
Jane's in this seat. Run away, sir?
Yes.
Okay, and who's at the wheel?
I guess.
Hold on.
Okay, fine.
You are.
This is a tad racist.
Mm.
There's a term my brother uses about dwarves.
Mm.
Are you a greedy dwarf?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
But only when it comes to cupcakes.
Well, you've had your fill. I mean, well,
Yeah.
I'm not going to say. I don't want to judge.
No, don't
like,
judge me.
yeah.
I could keep going.
The reason I ask is I think as the ship begins to pull away
Mhm.
the gelatinous cube, you're on the back of the ship. You're in the aft castle looking,
Mhm.
and you see there's lots of things floating in that gelatinous
And
cube.
the angry Jello. Oh,
And
no.
there are all kinds of stories about how the various things that they're like a katamari.
Mhm.
So the various things they've digested, and a lot of the things like, magic items don't digest, so are floating around in there. And that's like a football field worth of jelly cube right off the.
All right, so maybe we circle. We circle to get a better look.
Are you kidding?
Oh
No, but look at all the shiny in it.
wait. All right, wait 1 second. Opal,
Yes.
you 3 bullet points in favor of going around
Okay.
and checking it out.
All right. Bullet point 1. There's probably a shit ton of cool stuff in that thing.
Okay,
That's a
one.
good bullet point.
At bullet point 2, we would be utter badasses if we exploded a space jello.
Do you know
Right.
how?
Bullet point 3, you can probably use some of that weird space jello shit in your stuff that you make.
I wonder if it's edible.
2.5.
All right.
Your argument was down
Back.
there, and things important to you.
Back. You get 3 bullet points against going up against giant space.
One.
Make them-
Does anyone here have a clue how to hurt whatever it is?
No.
Yes.
Oh.
We,
Do you
A real
actually
clue.
know?
we exploded somehow.
Okay.
So, no.
So at this point,
I couldn't even get to 2.
at this point, there is a sound that's like this.
We are look humans of foreign resistance is futile. You will be digested.
So it's a sound like this, but 100 times louder.
Ew.
And then
It loogied us.
it loogies a smaller cube,
Oh,
Oh.
no.
which is now almost like a jelly cube snot tornado, torpedo. It is rushing towards your ship at great speed.
All right.
All right.
Evasive maneuvers.
I'm going to
We have
allow
the one.
2 ballista shots
Oh, good.
at the approaching gelatinous cube.
I got a 12.
That is, let me check its armor class.
Oh, if only
That's a
Greg
hit.
up and running.
Okay.
Oh, you're rolling them both. Thank God.
3 days.
Do I have Greg up and running?
No,
21.
no. Next session, maybe the one after that. That's not, unless the artificer is like, you should be able to create it during a session. How does that work?
Yeah, it's hold on. I mean, but for the story, I don't mind that I'm trying to figure it out. So
That
Okay.
was 21 points of damage.
Nice. And the other one hit,
It depends. What's its armor class?
very low. What'd
How
you roll?
low?
I'm not going to tell you. You're going to tell me. What'd you roll?
2.
Huh?
Not that low. All right.
oh yeah, I basically just create it. It basically is like you look at a 5-foot space and it appears. Yeah, no. That's
So-
not interesting.
I think the way I'm going to speed bump that is I'm going to need, the GM will need between sessions.
Yeah.
And it will be like putting in your order and then it will
Yes, I
manifest next session. All right. So they fire the ballista. Couple of bolts land in the, and it looks a little bit like a flying snot ball,
Yeah.
but it's got kind of edges.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's going to land on the ship.
Oh god.
No.
So there is an outside chance the ship can evade. So give me a
Maneuvers.
Okay,
pilot.
oh, evasive maneuver.
Whoever's doing the piloting,
Me.
this is going to be at disadvantage. This is a rough move.
All right.
Come on. Come on.
You've got inspiration.
I got it. A crazy hymen. I got it. I got it.
Yeah.
Come on.
Got inspiration. Oh, but I rolled a nat 21.
Yeah.
But hold on. It's disadvantage.
Yeah.
And then I rolled an 18.
Nice.
Perception roll.
Aw, crap.
Me?
Huh?
Oh, no. Yeah. Oh, maybe. Yeah, 18.
Jaco turns the ship, and the thing is going to miss. But as it's passing in the flying gelatinous cube snot ball, you see some treasure items.
Oh no.
Like you can see them gleaming in the starlight.
Oh, no. I mean, we should probably let it board. Who are we to? It might want to parlay.
It might want to parlay.
Yeah.
So do you just all look at her strangely as it flies past?
Sword out, gun out, going. What?
And she just stares at you and she just looks at like the treasure inside it, like,
Yes, the gelatinous cube might like to parlay, but I don't want to parlay.
okay, we
Evasive
let
maneuvers.
it parlay and then we mug it.
It's too late.
Oh.
Sideways.
So because D&D 5th edition has 6-second melee rounds, that was 3 rounds of whining and puling, during which the stop ball goes way over there. Because you successfully did the turn, even at disadvantage. So you are now free of the gelatinous comet. And to those putting points into chaos, I'm trying. The ship dodged. I couldn't help that. And the snot ball falls at a
I tell you what.
good stuff.
I tell you what.
No, you can't tell me nothing. You
We're
denying
going-
me.
We're going to a place with very smart people. They probably know how to defeat a space gelatin.
Question: could we sneak up on the snot ball?
And this is what I'm saying.
Where's the front of it? Let's just sneak up on the back of it.
If we
Well, if it's
learn,
going that way.
if we learn how to defeat it, how to make all the oozy bit go away and leave just the good bits.
In the kitchen, you just warm it up, Jello with a little bit of warm water. It ends up warming up, and
Next
then
time we'll try fine.
Are you
melts.
prescribing an enormous double boiler?
yes,
Okay.
or just hot water. Just
probably
pour
work.
hot water over it. It would probably work. Yes.
It's not- it's okay.
I think Cam pulls away as you have this discussion,
Yeah.
and we see the thing
As
is
we're
just
trying to figure out how to make a
kind
giant
of
double
moving,
boiler.
moving at like torpedo speeds. It's like gone.
Opal is despondent. She's so mad. After 3 days being bored as shit, we run away from the cool thing. What? Why? We are the sad excuses for space pirates.
Baz actually kind of stalks off. I haven't even gotten to number 2 yet.
All right.
I don't care about your poo.
2! 2! The
Yeah.
number 2!
Yeah, number 2 is a poo.
Oh, Captain, why is
Durgan
your
brings
forehead so
you
red?
some dwarven ale.
Uh,
There you go. Sorry about that.
I'm gonna go make
Yes,
some.
this will fix the lack of treasure.
I'll go make some
Oh, you
Jello
got it
salad.
bad. Sorry.
Salad.
Oh, gross.
Oh, will you hide stuff in it for us?
Yeah,
To make us
little
feel better?
grapes.
Yeah, like a treasure.
Little pineapple.
Yeah,
2
exactly. Yeah.
days later. Meager yells down. I don't see how that could not be what we're looking for.
Is it my
Points.
Jello?
Now we look. Look at this again.
Yeah, hold on.
You see,
Everyone, to the left.
floating in timeless space,
No, to the left.
a dodecahedron,
What?
What?
A 20-sided die.
a 12
Great.
I took it a 12-sided die.
We met a cube.
And
Now a
it-
D20.
as you get closer, you realize it is the size of a planet.
Wow.
As you get closer still, you realize that it's covered in inscriptions. So it looks like the planet itself is the library. It is crawling with enormous spiders. Each spider is bigger than the ship. 2 of their legs have hands on the end, very
no,
delicate.
don't like it.
Okay.
They're wearing goggles with lenses for many eyes. They
Okay.
appear to be inscribing and researching. So they're literally like crawlers,
All right.
crawling the data on the dodecahedron.
Well, that's not something you see every day.
Luckily,
like
this
the
character
Jell-O
does not
better.
have a phobia.
Did you enjoy the Jello?
I did.
I thought it was quite tasty. Thank you.
Yes.
Well done, Courtney.
There is a flying disc approaching, and it is
Everything is so very.
You are Locutus of
shaky.
dodecahedron.
about 20 feet across. And on the bottom, there's got like a bottom area hanging down with 6 helms. And there are gnomish creatures driving the helms. Standing on the circle thing is a 4-armed giant. The giant is wearing robes that appear to be made of long parchment scroll ribbons. And those also are covered in inscriptions.
Exosphere, is this who you're looking for?
The story my father told didn't say anything about this. This is the position on the map, though.
Are they within hailing distance?
Yes.
Oh, all right.
Well, makes it easier.
Greetings.
Well met.
We're the Temerity.
I am the chronicler.
Dun, dun.
The chronicler. Hold on 1 minute. I'm gonna push. Is he in Betty or is he just
Well, he probably was, but probably the
Okay.
dress open because you were
All
probably
right.
trying it out.
good then? Talk to him.
Yeah,
Is-
Mike talked to himself.
Is this the Memnarium? It is. Why have you come?
Oh, we found it.
I require knowledge. What do you need? I need the location of the oracle that was hired by my family. I am the last scion of the Failings. I know of which you speak.
Oh, good then.
What will you trade?
Oh.
What? I have platinum. This is the Memnarium, and I am the chronicler. I trade only knowledge for knowledge.
What kind of knowledge are you after?
I have a very fine cupcake recipe.
Oh, I.
We have very specific needs.
Oh, sorry.
Oh. So do I.
Will
Tales of our adventures to get here?
he looks down. If you will undertake a task for us and retrieve the knowledge that we seek, we will give this scion what he needs.
Oh God.
All right. What
I will say I have an entire cookbook. Like there's a lot of and I know you don't have these recipes.
We have so many recipes you could read for 6 of your lifetimes. and only read the preface.
We're all suddenly holding Corky down. Nope, you're staying on the ship. You're staying on the ship.
Don't feel
And you
bad,
see,
Corky.
as he
They're probably
talks
all
about things,
casseroles.
Yeah.
the little spiders are all kind of like, they're literally like web crawling. So they're like finding the data on the planet. There's whole areas like continents that are recipes.
All right, I assume you need something fairly specific. What is it?
He pulls a cord off of one of the ribbons, just a little knotted cord, and flicks it, and it flies over. And Jane says, "That's a map.
You've got it
I want you
upside
to
down.
find Herondel.
Haremdal?
Herondel.
That sounds very Norse.
He is a legendary hero.
Herondel.
He was so mighty that he was offered immortality by his gods.
Oh my God.
He turned it down.
Oh.
I want to know why."
Oh, why? Why no?
I bet I can tell you.
immortal? I bet I can
I
tell
do
you
not
too.
wager.
Oh,
Oh, fine.
oh.
That continent is why wagering is a bad idea.
You're very literal, aren't you?
And
Oh,
there's a
good.
little island about NFTs.
Oh.
Oh.
What does it have to say about cryptocurrency?
The less said, the better.
Non-fairy toots.
Not very.
So,
Just,
just
I
to
make those all the
clarify-
time.
Just to clarify,
It's all Nordic toots.
we now have to go find this Herondel fellow. Yes.
Correct.
Ask him why he didn't
Follow
want
the
And
map.
only then, and ask him a question.
Yes. And
And only then can we come back, give you that answer, and then you will tell my friends.
you are more intelligent than you appear. Excellent.
He's
Look.
a
Did your
bit
father
sorry.
tell you that this place was incredibly rude?
No. He didn't think much of me. Maybe one day he'll learn to respect my wife's work.
I
Aww.
think she was talking to.
No, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
Oh, the chronicler misunderstood.
So he's not as intelligent as he was. I mean,
Oh my goodness. Ooh, no.
No, Lord, no.
Would you like a cupcake?
Yes.
Would you like a cupcake?
give him two.
The chronicler would
Give
love a
him two.
cupcake.
I'll pull out my biggest
And give him
cupcake.
some of the Jello salad.
Oh, and I have some very nice Jello salad.
Also, if we do this
It's
for
got
you and we
treats
give
in
you a
it.
really solid, good answer, will you tell us how to dissolve a space jello?
The chronicler is not above tipping.
All right, good.
Is it possible to tip in advance? Considering we found one on the way here, we might well find one on the way back. It might help us to be able to.
No. And
Oh.
the circular thing rotates
Ah.
and he huffs off in a slowly gliding kind of way.
I wonder if he likes the cupcakes.
And you
I'm
hear
sure he
telepathically, "They're delicious."
Well, he's not a giant prick then. He's only mostly giant prick.
You know I'm telepathic, right?
Yes, I know. I know.
And like the spiders on the world kind of like stop confused because they apparently react to what he's thinking about the information he needs. And he's now socially awkward. So the spiders on the planet are all like, what are we do we take notes about this? Like, what's boss?
And at this date,
All right.
our
Yeah.
boss made a social awkward blunder.
Everyone, back to the map room.
Map room.
All right. We did
All
it,
right.
laid
And
out.
we're going to make this a 2-hour session because this feels like a
Yay.
break point.
Mhm.
And we will be back next week. We will have a different guest. We will see Jessica again. They're on roughly an every 3-week kind of schedule.
Well, for
Give or
now,
take.
I really have to go and do some cooking because we're going to be out for a while. So I'm
Yeah.
just going to be in the galley for a couple of weeks.
Make sure you boil
Makes
lots
sense.
of water in case we run into
Yeah,
a
I'm
jelly.
going to boil so much water.
So thanks for dropping by. We will have these episodes up on YouTube by Saturday morning is the plan. I'm going to put up a summary of what happened in each episode so you can stay caught up. All things like
It'll
maps
just say
and character
shenanigans.
sheets. Well, I'm going to be posting things like the character sheets and the map of the ship. That stuff is all going to go to the Facebook page.
Our
So if
character
you're
sheets
not-
are really rad.
Thank you.
Yes, they turned out really nice.
If you've not liked the Jammed Facebook page, please do. and bring some friends. Drop on by. Okay, thanks for coming. Let's do an awkward wave. That's the tradition,
Awkward
right?
wave.